Avustralya'da anlamlı gün Queensland eyaletindeki bir parkta Anzac ve Atatürk anıtları törenle açıldı.
Brisbane şehrindeki resmi açılışa Queensland Eyalet Başbakanı Bligh'la konsolos Turgut Allahmanli'nin de aralarında bulunduğu birçok kişi katıldı. Tören iki ülke marşının askeri bando tarafından çalınmasıyla başladı. Turgut Allahmanli konuşmasında savaş siperlerinden dostluğa dönüşen Türkiye-Avustralya ilişkilerine dikkat çekti. Allahmanli açılışın 10 Kasım'dan önce yapılmasının ise çok güzel bir tesadüf olduğunu söyledi. Queensland Eyaleti Başbakanı Bligh da konuşmasında iki ülke arasındaki dostluğa vurgu yaptı. Avustralya medyası da açılışa büyük ilgi gösterdi. Her iki anıtın da ilginç özellikleri var. 350 bin dolara mal olan Atatürk anıtının yanındaki plaketin oturtulduğu taş Gelibolu'dan getirtildi. Anzac anıtında ise askerleri sembolize eden doğan güneş figürü dikkat çekiyor. Tören sonrası katılımcılar Atatürk anıtı önünde hatıra fotoğrafı çektirdi.
In opening this memorial, we both honor the fallen soldiers who lost their lives during the Gallipoli campaign in 1915 and commemorate our great Turkish leader Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, the founder of Turkish Republic, who was the greatest soldier and an outstanding statesman in Turkish history. His achievements and historic successes. The opening of this memorial coincides with the celebration of the 40th anniversary of Turkish migration to Australia. Turks have become Australian and love this beautiful country as much as their own, and we are all proud to be Turkish and proud to be Turkish Australians. And carried him back to his own trenches to save his life. It was here that Mustafa Kemal Atatürk earned his reputation as a formidable military commander, and from here he rose, eventually founding the modern Turkish Republic. Thank you for your attendance today.
Thanks indeed, Turgut Allahmanli.
Mr Ambassador, Premier, Chief Justice, ministers that are here, the Speaker. The name means so many things to different people, but particularly there is the incredible relationship between the Turkish nation and Australia. I'll come back to that in a moment. And there is the significance of Gallipoli to Turks themselves, in that out of the Turkish campaign arose a leader, Kemal Atatürk, who only a few years later created a modern secular state that is Turkey today. A profound achievement. But I want to really conclude by reflecting on the relationship between Turkey and Australia that has grown since the conclusion of World War I. No other leader has shown such statesman-like qualities, and therefore it is so fit and proper that particularly he is commemorated as part of this memorial today. But particularly he said, "Wipe away your tears, your sons are now lying in our bosom and are in peace. After having lost their lives on this land, they have become our sons as well." And he said that in 1934. What an extraordinary thing to say. An appropriate memorial in this wonderful parkland today. Congratulations and thank you, lest we forget.
Thanks indeed, Lord Mayor. It truly is a unique and special relationship that we have.
For what I think is a very important moment this morning. In doing so, can I acknowledge His Excellency Murat Saatchi, the Turkish ambassador who's joined us today, and his Consul General Turgut Allahmanli. Can I also acknowledge my Minister, Robert Schwarten. Robert's department has been responsible for ensuring that this project was realised. Well done to you and your team, Robert. Can I acknowledge the Lord Mayor of Brisbane, Campbell, Newman, the other members of my parliamentary team who are here, and the other councillors, particularly Phil Reeves, who is my parliamentary secretary and has special responsibility for Veterans Affairs, as my next acknowledgement, Doug Formby, the president of the RSL here in Queensland, knows well. Great to be here with you for this, Doug. Can I acknowledge the Speaker of the Queensland Parliament, to each and every one of our special guests here today. The ill-fated Gallipoli campaign, as you know, took place at the Gallipoli Peninsula in Turkey from the 25th of April 1915 to January 1916 during the First World War. Gallipoli, if you look around, is remembered in many ways locally. Anzac Square, right in the heart of our state's capital city, a proud gathering place centred on the memory of Gallipoli. So in many ways, every day we reaffirm our recognition of those brave soldiers who fought and died at Gallipoli, both Anzacs and Turkish soldiers. It also acknowledges the respect, the peace and the friendship that now exists between the country of Australia and the country of Turkey. And you'll see that here combined in what I think is a very fitting tribute in the memorial behind me. I am particularly pleased to see Ataturk being acknowledged in this memorial. I think for all of us, we know that as human beings, reconciliation after conflict is one of the things we find the hardest thing in life. And for this leader of the Turkish nation to have so powerfully moved to reconcile with the Australian, extraordinarily powerful words of reconciliation on this memorial, where he acknowledges to the mothers of all of the sons that were lost in that battle, that the bodies of their sons lie in the bosom of a friendly country. And I think that's a great tribute to him as a person and to his leadership, but a useful reminder to all of us that out of every conflict we have the obligation to find peace and healing and reconciliation, and that it can be done. So I have great privilege in this morning officially rededicating the Gallipoli Memorial.
Thanks indeed, Premier, for being here with us and dedicating this wonderful new memorial.
In particular, could I thank the members of the Turkish community who are here today. We'd love to see you. Very briefly, our soldiers, British soldiers, New Zealand soldiers, French soldiers and Turkish soldiers, they're particularly the types of guys. And if they couldn't open it on Anzac Day, we'll leave it to the academics and the historians. We gather today to remember people who were killed, flesh and blood, shed tears and affected so many thousands of families, many of whom still suffer to this day. So let's put aside the other distractions and focus on why we're here. It was wonderful to hear Turgut talk about the relationship between our soldiers in Gallipoli and the Turkish soldiers, and the respect they had for one another. Very shortly, together with Turgut, we will lay a wreath from Britain, France and New Zealand and others in memory of the fellows that fell. I also lay it in genuine and sincere respect for the Turkish men that fell on that day. What you will witness here this morning is a time when our nations are united, and may it ever be so. Before we lay those wreaths, I would like to invite the Premier to come forward and unveil the plaque.
Avustralya'da doğdum ama Atatürk'ümü çok seviyorum.
The rededication of this memorial is a very important moment for the people of Queensland and Australia, but I believe a powerful symbol of the friendship that now exists between the countries of Turkey and Australia. It's a great moment.
Benim için çok güzel ve mutlu bir gün. Çok heyecanlıyım. Avustralyalı Türk arkadaşlarımın hepsinin katılımıyla bu güzel günü çok iyi bir şekilde geçirdik.
Avustralya arasındaki dostluğun yeniden vurgulandığı bu özel günde ben Fahri Konsolosumuz Turgut Allahmanli ve eşi Lütfiye Hanım olmak üzere bütün katılanlara teşekkür ediyorum. Queensland Başbakanı Bayan Bligh, Belediye Başkanı ve bu toplumun önde gelen parlamento başkanı, İçişleri Bakanları, Adalet Bakanları ve diğerlerine de ayrıca teşekkür ediyorum. Ben de Canberra'dan özellikle bugün için buraya gelmiş olmaktan dolayı büyük mutluluk duyuyorum. Teşekkür ederim.
Atatürk'ümüz her zaman kalbimizde, her zaman düşüncemizde ve çok şükür şimdi de Queensland'de. Avustralyalıların Türklere duydukları saygı, sevgi sonsuz. Oğullarını kaybeden annelerin yüreklerine su serpen sözleri Avustralyalıların da kalbinde ve beyninde. Çok mutluyum bugün.
Ulu önderimiz Atatürk için ne yapsak azdır. Dünya 20.000 kilometredeki ötedeki insanlar bile bunu gördü. Yani ne kadar büyük bir lider olduğunu bir ölçüsü de budur. Bu ülkede ben başka bir memleketten gelip de Atatürk gibi memorial olan bir lider görmedim. Ne kadar övünsek azdır.
Today's ceremony was very significant, both for the Australians and for the Turkish. And we now have a new memorial that both Australians and the Turkish community, we were nations and armies divided through war. But what we saw today was an example of two nations that are together in peace.
Teşekkür ederiz. Böyle fırsatı verdiği için bizi burada yalnız